Tonight on the CBS3 News at 6, a big step toward transparency. A look at the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office next investment. Plus, why more law enforcement will be cracking down on drunk driving this holiday season. And a Barnum community is rallying around one of their own as she battles a shocking diagnosis.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Briggs LaSavage. Thanks for joining us. Amid nationwide calls for police accountability, body cameras are now one step closer for the St. Louis County Sheriff's Department. They're one department here in the Northland that doesn't have them right now, which has left some community members with a lot of questions and concerns after an officer-involved shooting, and there's no way to review what happened. CBS 3's Natalie Grant spoke with the Sheriff's Office today to learn more about this big purchase.
Briggs, the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office has been working towards purchasing these body-worn cameras for several years, but officers tell me they wanted to make sure their final decision was the best choice for the department. Now, last night, the approval process got started with the Sheriff's Office presenting their plan at a county board workshop. They'll need more than 100 cameras to outfit all their deputies, which will cost around $800,000. Now, the St. Louis County Undersheriff Jason Lakofsky says the cameras they hope to buy are from the same manufacturers as their dash cams and tasers. So they'll all be under the same interface, making footage access easier. And with many departments across the country adding cameras, he says it's time for St. Louis County to hop on board.
I don't think there's any other time than the present. It's accepted by our staff. It's clear that the public supports it, wants it, and in many ways probably thought we should have had it sooner.
Now, Lakofsky says they are now working to develop their own policy on what situations the body cams will be used. The board will vote to officially buy the cameras next month, and they hope to have them in use by April. Briggs.
Thanks, Natalie. Coming up at 10, we're hearing from one Northland civil rights group who says these cameras are a long time coming, especially after the deputy-involved shooting death of a young man on the Iron Range last winter. Meanwhile, a Georgia jury has reached a verdict in the trial of 3 white men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery last year. The jury found Travis McMichael guilty of malice murder, and all 3 defendants were convicted of felony murder. During the trial, Travis McMichael claimed he shot the unarmed jogger last February in self-defense after his father, Gregory McMichael, told him to grab his gun before they chased Arbery through Brunswick, Georgia. They claimed they were trying to make a citizen's arrest, believing Arbery had committed a crime. Prosecutors argued, though, their actions were based on assumptions and that it was not a citizen's arrest, since the 3 men had no direct knowledge of a crime being committed.
You can't make a citizen's arrest because someone's running down the street and you have no idea what crime they have committed that day.
The judge did not immediately schedule a sentencing date, saying that he wanted to give both sides time to prepare. Authorities are investigating after a Minnesota man died while hunting. It happened around 5 last night in Saxon, Wisconsin. Someone called 911 saying a man had been accidentally shot. First responders tried to revive the 65-year-old, but he died at the scene. Authorities have not identified the victim or said what led up to the shooting. An investigation is underway. And it's been a deadly year in Minnesota. Traffic fatalities are the highest they've been since 2008, and it's only November. Historically, the holidays see more drunk driving crashes and DUIs than any other time of year. So, ahead of this holiday season, Minnesota law enforcement is cracking down with extra patrols, hoping to avoid any more tragedies. Joining us now live is CBS 3 Quinn Gorham from Canal Park. Quinn, what's their plan?
Well, Briggs, historically, tonight is one of the deadliest nights of the year, and that's because a lot of college students, young adults, family members come back home and get together with their friends, and it's not the get-togethers that are the problem, but the decisions that are made at those get-togethers. Take a look. 15 years ago, Brianna Remmer was driving home under the influence. She crashed when she misjudged an exit ramp and died. Years later, her family is still dealing with the consequences.
At 8 a.m., I got a call from Regents Hospital. The nurse says, "I'm sorry to tell you this, but your daughter was in a car crash last night."
Tim Remmer, Brianna's father, says one choice would have saved his daughter's life.
And I can't tell you how much I would have rather gotten woke up by a call from Brianna at 3:15 in the morning saying that she needed a ride home rather than getting that call I got at 8 a.m.
Remmer hopes no other family has to go through that. It's why he and law enforcement are asking everyone to drive sober this holiday season.
And it's no different than any other time, but this holiday season, it seems to be an uptick in intoxicated driving.
Kevin Ott with the Grand Rapids Police Department says it's not just alcohol, but other drugs and narcotics leading to that increase too.
Our arrests for driving under the influence of meth or heroin of a drug is at or about the same as the alcohol DWIs.
With Minnesota already passing 450 fatalities on roads this year, they're hoping this holiday season won't add to our grim reality.
It only takes a second to completely change your life.
State troopers, police departments, and sheriff's offices will all have extra patrols out from tonight through the end of the year to cut down on those drunk driving accidents and those DWIs.
So, Quinn, how can people who aren't drinking stay safe out on the roads this season?
Well, statistically, your chances of being involved in a DWI accident or a drunk driving accident shoot up after 10 p.m. So making sure you're staying off the roads anytime past that and getting home early. And as well, if you see someone on the road you suspect might be driving under the influence, make sure you call that into the authorities.
All right, some good advice there. That was CBS 3's Quinn Gorham reporting live for us in Canal Park tonight. Thanks, Quinn. Meanwhile, gas prices across the nation are more than $1 higher than they were this time last year. Right now, the national average is sitting at $3.39. In Minnesota, it's $3.16 a gallon and $3.11 over in Wisconsin. Some of the highest gas prices in the Northland are in Cook County, where gas prices are averaging $3.24 this holiday weekend. Well, Dave joins us now for a quick look at weather. Dave, a lot of people hitting the roads tonight, so luckily things are looking pretty clear for them.
Well, there's still a slight chance for a little bit of flurry activity, so travelers do have to be cautious tonight. The chance for anything sticking is pretty low, but in the snow belt there's a better chance. We'll show you a little bit about that here in just a bit. But talking about temperatures, it was warmer than normal this morning finally after 2 cool mornings. Our low temps were around 20 for some towns, even 30 for others. But now we've squandered this little warm-up with the wind chill factor kicking up here with some pretty stiff winds. And the winds right now are helping to blow some clouds into the area, which are associated with a low pressure system, and that's where we get the chance for some very light snow showers tonight in Minnesota and Wisconsin as well. Maybe an inch or two worth of lake effect for our friends in the snow belt. So short-term forecast is going to show us that lows tonight drop again. The warm spell goes away. We'll bottom out around 10 above. Then tomorrow for Thanksgiving, only a high of 20. How long will this cold snap last? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in just a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Dave. Workers at a dog training facility in Barnum are rallying around one of their own in her time of need. CBS 3's Rob Coles tells us how this pack is sticking together through thick and thin.
Sharday Wilson is 27. She works at Liberty Canine in Barnum. The best part of her job? Well,
interacting with dogs because I love animals, and who doesn't?
It's a tight-knit group of coworkers. They even have a group text chain going.
It's just like we're a big family. We let everybody know what's going on in our life.
A couple of months ago, her life took a turn.
I had noticed that I have like some denser tissue in my right breast. I kind of put it away because I'm young and that's pretty normal.
The problem seemed to be getting worse, so she turned to her doctor.
This doesn't feel like something that should be happening right now or ever. So I went in and got it checked out, and that's where we went from there.
She has stage 3 breast and lymph node cancer at 27 years old. The CDC says 1 in 10 women in the U.S. will get breast cancer. Of those, 1 in 8 will be under the age of 45. They say in younger women, it's often found at a later stage. Sharday told her family first, then used that text chain to tell her work family. That's when her coworkers here at Liberty Canine decided it was a battle she wouldn't have to fight alone. Liberty started fundraising to help out, launching a GoFundMe and raffling off the services provided at their facility.
I want her to worry about being healthy and fighting cancer, not I can't pay my bills, oh my gosh, I have to get into work.
With her support system intact, Sharday has a message for other young women.
Don't just pass it off like I did. Make sure you're going in, getting it checked out. I mean, potentially had I gone in when I first saw it, it could have been different.
Charday was diagnosed in early November, and her treatment is just getting underway, but she's feeling hopeful. The CDC has a special campaign called Bring Your Brave, which is geared toward breast cancer detection and awareness in younger women. For more information, you can visit our website. That's also where we have a link to more information about Liberty Canine's fundraisers and the GoFundMe set up for Charday. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, a Duluth zoo is floating to new heights, hoping to keep business poppin'. We'll explain next.
All right, high temp today, 38 degrees versus the normal of 33. Will it stay that warm tomorrow? Frankly, no. Thanksgiving will be cooler, and I'll talk about how long that trend will last after this break.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries including wrongful death, recreational vehicles, boats, and dog bites. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Blue Cross made it easy to find a plan that fits my needs.
If you're looking for a Medicare plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota can help you understand your Medicare benefits and choices with this free guide.
The guide helped me understand what Medicare does and doesn't cover, and how I could add coverage if I wanted to.
With 96% of Minnesota doctors and hospitals in the Blue Cross network, plus a broad selection of affordable Medicare plans developed for Minnesotans by Minnesotans. It's no wonder nearly half of all Minnesota seniors has a Blue Cross Medicare plan. From Bemidji to Blue Earth, Twin Cities to Two Harbors, Blue Cross has you covered.
I get to keep my doctor, and I'm saving money. Can't beat that.
Go online or call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. You and Blue, because together is better.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Oh yes, I remember. It was on Christmas Eve many years ago. I was on my way to my grandparents' house in Duluth. We were on a train.
And the train became snarled in a horrific storm. Everyone feared that Christmas would be lost. But what the little girl and train conductor did next saved Christmas for everyone. This is the Christmas City Express, a train ride and storytelling experience on the North Shore Scenic Railroad in Duluth. Tickets and information at DuluthTrains.com. The Christmas City Express is your ticket to fun holiday memories for your entire family.
All aboard!
Mom, I'm here. Mom, where are you? Help! Mom?
Without emergency protection, you risk your life. But with Life Alert, one press of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-458-9565. That's 1-800-458-9565. Call now, 1-800-458-9565. For a free brochure, call 1-800-458-9565.
Welcome to CBS Mornings.
Up next, stories you'll be talking about today. That's a big deal.
People stop me on the street and say, I always learn something new every day when I watch your show.
This morning, we're going to begin with some good news.
Oh, you just put me in a good mood.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, current temperatures starting to come down from some warmer than normal levels this afternoon. Let's go into them and take a look at what your town is looking like here. Well, we have 20 International Falls, 29 for our friends in the Twin Ports area, at least up over the hill in Duluth, 32 in Superior, 33 Hayward, 39 degrees in Watersmeet, but the winds, they're pretty gusty out of the north. We're running 15 miles per hour International Falls, 17 in Hibbing, 10 in Superior, 10 also in Ironwood. So let's bring in the wind chill factor. It feels like 2 below in Bemidji, 5 below in Fargo, only 18 above in Duluth, but still doing all right for parts of Wisconsin and the UP. But temperatures will tumble tonight as the warmer conditions go away and cooler conditions come to call for a couple of days. We talk about how long here in just a bit. First up, though, taking a look at the Doppler and Satellite Map for our region. We've got a pair of low-pressure systems to talk about here, and this one is bringing a chance for some flurries to our region tonight. 20% chance for flurries in Minnesota, 30% for Wisconsin and the UP. Totals aren't going to be that impressive. I'll show you the latest chart here coming up in a couple more seconds, but we also focus then on another low-pressure system coming up from the southwest, which will bring us another chance for lighter snows on Saturday. In between, that's when the cool down will be with us. So tomorrow, in between the lows, we'll get some sunshine, but high temps may only push up towards 20. Getting into Friday, it might warm up towards 27, which is still cooler than normal. Once the second low passes, perhaps by early Sunday morning, then temperatures will come back up towards normal, which is the lower 30s this time of year. Snow fans, are we getting an early Christmas present for you with some decent totals coming our way with this first low pressure system? No, not really. I think overnight tonight, many Minnesota towns might go towards a trace to 1/10 of an inch of snow. And in northern Wisconsin, it's a pretty similar deal, though once you get towards Ashland, you might get 2/10. Folks in the famous snow belt might go anywhere from about an inch in Mellon to 2.5 inches in Ironwood, and that's thanks to a little bit of lake influence. So it's not really snow we need to worry about tonight. It could be the cooler temperatures because, yeah, look at Minnesota's low temps. They're going to drop towards 5 above inland towards the Iron Range and up towards the border, maybe run 10 to 15 closer to the lake. 20% chance for those light snow showers there. And into Wisconsin and Michigan, as we mentioned, a 30% chance for the lighter snows as well, with a range of low temps running about 14 and Superior to 20 towards Bessemer. Tomorrow, well, we're getting a mostly sunny sky, but that is not going to help bump our temperatures up. Wisconsin, Michigan readings will go about 20 to 24. Normals may be around 34. For Minnesotans, Thanksgiving will be as cool as the upper teens inland and as warm as 25 right by the lake. But sunshine makes a fairly pretty picture, so we'll grin and we'll bear it. What do we have to bear for the rest of the week? Well, cloudier sky on Friday, a little bit warmer. Saturday, there's that next chance of flurries, 30% shot with 32 degrees coming around. And if that doesn't wet your snow whistle, maybe next Wednesday we get another slight chance there as well.
All right, the Lake Superior Zoo is launching a new event, hoping to draw in more visitors over the chilly holiday season. Starting Friday, the Lake Superior Zoo will be hosting a larger-than-life lights event. It will feature several large inflatable animals, ranging from a 20-foot bobcat to Santa, too. You can visit Santa and get some hot chocolate while you're there. The zoo also has another special event coming up this weekend.
We have our Wild Winter Craft Show this Saturday for Small Business Saturday and Shop Local, and any tickets purchased that day to the craft show will also receive a free ticket to Larger Than Life Lights.
The Larger Than Life Lights runs through November and December. Tickets are $5 for members and $10 for non-members. Alexis Bass joins us now. Alexis, what's coming up next in sports?
Yeah, well, for sure, some larger-than-life moments I know on the ice rink this week. And the Lady Bulldogs are taking their Thanksgiving turkey to the nation's capital for a tournament, while the men are back on home ice this weekend for a non-conference series. Plus, scary news out of U.S. Bank Stadium regarding a Vikings player. Iowa Real in Sports next.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
What lies inside all of us is more than data, it's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. And it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Hi, Russell Nicolay, Nicolay Law Office. If you've been seriously injured, we can help. For the last 14 years, my office has been helping folks like you and holding insurance companies accountable. My award-winning legal team can help you and your family. Remember, if you've been injured, get Nicolay. We win or you don't pay.
This year, Santa's got his naughty, nice, and now his shop local list. With a unique variety of shops and restaurants, there's something for everyone at Fitkers. And for business or leisure, Fitkers Inn is Duluth's premier lakefront getaway. Fitkers. Shop, eat, sleep.
Kristen Vlacki is as local as our evening news.
I'm from here. This is my home. I learned how to do a left-handed layup right there. At that hoop, that exact hoop.
Covering the communities she calls home too.
You know, there's nothing phony about it. That's who she is. She's just a natural at it, so I enjoy watching her because she's so good at what she does.
Leaders at Hibbing Taconite are scrambling at the Menorca Mine, family heritage, and iron mining history.
For everything local, watch Kristen Vlacki on Live Local CBS3.
Calling all Bulldogs. Do you consider yourself a diehard UMD Bulldog fan? Send a picture of you or you and your crew all decked out in your Bulldog attire for a chance to be the My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week. Follow the My9 Sports Facebook page and post your pictures there to be entered into our weekly random drawings. Each Fan of the Week will be showcased in our My9 Sports UMD Athletics Broadcast of the Week. The My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week is brought to you by the Duluth Tap Exchange.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you live, you have a 20 family.
People reach a crisis moment and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the fourth leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and/or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Your family traditions, culture, and stories are your legacy. So is your health history. Join the All of Us research program and share your health information. Through research, your legacy can help build a healthier future for all of us.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
It's that time of year again. Turkey tourney time for the Lady Bulldogs on the ice. For the first time this season, UMD will lace up their skates and pack up their gear to compete outside of the WCHA in the nation's capital to face off with Penn State and St. Lawrence. The Bulldogs are traveling with an abundance of confidence after their dominating series sweep over Bemidji State last weekend. Upon their annual Thanksgiving trip, these teams have a bit of history. The only time the Nittany Lions have seen a series with UMD, the Bulldogs swept them back in 2017. On the Saints side of the puck, UMD has not seen them since 2007 and holds a 9-3-0 all-time advantage, including UMD's first ever NCAA National Championship title back in 2001. With a solid practice week under the Bulldogs' belts, head coach Mara Crowell says they are ready for some fantastic hockey and quality team bonding time.
The bonding that we get to have, I think we usually are able to have a big Thanksgiving dinner where parents have been there and different family, and it's just a lot of bonding between everyone as a whole. We like to think Bulldog family includes our parents and our siblings as well.
I think it's good for us. They do some things a little bit different than teams in our league from what we've seen on video, and I think that just makes us better hockey players. We'll adjust our game slightly, but not too much, because we're the same. You know, our concepts, our values, our systems are the same no matter where we go.
Bulldogs took flight this afternoon. Puck drops on Friday with Penn State at 3 o'clock Central Time. On Saturday, UMD will face off with the Saints at 1:30. The now #2 Bulldogs are back at home and feasting for a sweep on this Thanksgiving weekend. The main course consists of a 1-9-0 Alaska Fairbanks, a team that hasn't been on UMD's menu since 1988. The Dogs are 4-0-0 all-time, with the Nanooks outscoring them 26-10. At a press conference earlier today, head coach Scott Sandelin said he was disappointed with last weekend's results. He said it was not a good split. They had the opportunity, but are not dwelling on it because they need to play with urgency in their next 2 non-conference weekend matchups in order to keep the top spot in the pairwise rankings ahead of the NCAA tournament play. UMD currently occupies the #1 spot.
First thing I told our guys, don't look at the record. Records don't mean anything in college hockey anymore. But to me, they pressure pucks. They play a game where they get up the rink. They push you out of the zone a lot like Western. Obviously, you know, they work hard like every team does. And if we're not ready, we're going to make it very difficult.
Obviously, kind of just keep our pairwise, stay up there in the pairwise. These are big games. They mean so much to us against these non-conference opponents. So we just got to take care of business, kind of like against CC, just focus on us and kind of stick to our game and how we need to play.
Puck drop is in Bulldogs Barn on Friday at 7:07 p.m. Well, a scary day for Vikings defensive end Everson Griffin. Earlier this morning, the team sent psychologists to his house after what is being called an alarming mental health situation. The 12-year NFL player had been refusing to come out of his house. He posted to his Instagram account that people were trying to kill him, although police were unable to locate an intruder. According to a statement from the Vikings, Griffin eventually came out of his house and is getting the care he needs. General Manager Rick Spielman was on the scene and said that he was very impressed with law enforcement's handling of the situation.
Our number one concern is because of Everson, Tiffany, and his family, how much we love them and how much they are a part of this family, and that we wanted to make sure to react accordingly.
Back in 2018, Griffin took a leave from the team for mental health treatment. And Briggs, you kind of talked about a little bit last night with the Bulldogs in both their basketball games, just the importance of mental health and the awareness of that. So we can tell not only how important it is, but even just locally here in the Northland, and to see teams going ahead and rallying around each other and really showing education behind that is awesome.
It's such an important topic, and we do really hope Everson gets the help he needs, too. Thanks, Alexis. Well, before we go, in many states, it's tradition to pardon one lucky turkey just before Thanksgiving. But in Minnesota, the governor prefers to present a local bird to admire and to highlight the state's agricultural community. Governor Tim Walz presented this year's turkeys, Harold and Gilbert, in front of the Capitol this morning. Walz says it's been a hard year for everyone during the pandemic, and every Minnesotan should be thankful for our local food producers.
We've lost nearly 10,000 of our neighbors, but there's so much to be thankful for. Our incredible producers, not only do they feed Minnesota, not only do they feed this country, they feed the world. The traditions that are on these farms have come down for generations. It makes us who we are.
The Minnesota Turkey Growing Association also presented a $10,000 check to the Hunger Solutions organization that will help them supply turkey products to food banks and grocery shelves across the state. So, Dave, a cold one out there tonight.
Yeah, it's going to get cold once again, and there's a slight chance for a couple of flurries to slick up the road. So travel cautiously if you're heading home for Thanksgiving. It shouldn't be a horrible snowstorm, no, really just a dusting for most places. And that'll be followed by a sunny sky on Thursday, but with cooler than normal temperatures. Stays cooler than normal on Friday, but clouds build in. That leads us to another chance for a very light dusting of snow once we get into our Saturday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10.